Hi parents, welcome to Parenting Diaries with Preeti. I am Preeti Vaishnavi, an early childhood educator. I run online preschool and homeschool programs. If any of you want to enroll in any of these programs, do call on the number below for more information. Now this video is about 3 most engaging literacy activities that you could do with your child, and I suggest these activities to my kids time to time in the activity schedule that I provide to them. Now the best part about these activities is that though they are literacy, but they do not need any books nor any copies, pencil, nothing. They are simply using resources and packets and stuff that your child finds around him in day-to-day life. Let's have a look at these activities and see what makes them so engaging. Now the activity 1 is spot the letter, and here we do not sit with book and ask your child to spot letter, but we sit with all these packets here, right? So day 1 parents, you might have to take out these packets and keep it on one side in front of your child and play this activity. Now in this activity you keep these things in front of your child and ask him to spot, let's say, a C. So he picks up this and says, "Oh mama, there is C, and can you spot an A here?" "Oh yes, A, I can see an A here." "And then you have the yummy chocolate spread, and can you see a T here?" "Oh yes mama, I can see T." So wouldn't your child be so interested to spot all these letters here on things that they simply love? So day 1, you might have to sit with all these packets with your child, but I'm sure after a couple of days, 3rd, 4th day, they would actually go around observing all these letters on these packets kept at various places in the house. And you'll soon see your child finding letters all over the house and everywhere and anywhere. Now with older kids, how do you make this activity so interesting? You can actually sit with the older kids and read the labels. I'm telling you, they are so interested in reading the labels, and they come across various words and they come across various letters. You can reinforce sounds and you can do what not with these packets and the words that are written on them. So this is something very, very interesting that you can do with your child and get them to observe words and sounds and letters through the day, and not only the time when you're sitting with them with books. So activity 2 is a very interesting activity. It is known as letter scavenger hunt. So in this activity, what you'll be required to do is prepare cards like this, which is very simple. This is A4 size sheet cut into 4 and with a letter written on each of the 4 pieces that come out of it. So you have capital C and small c, you have capital A and small a. You can use different colors to make it interesting, different color papers, capital F and small f, capital E and small e, and make cards like this right till Z. Then take the letters for which you want the sound to be reinforced and place it like this here in front of the child. And on the other hand, you have this tray. In this tray, I have kept all the things that are there in the house, easily available, that child uses from day to day. And all these things begin with one of the either sounds, right? So you have D says doll, A says apple, E says elephant, B says ball, C says cup, and then you have a candle and a fork and a gun. So all these things are kept in front of the child, and on the other hand you have these letter cards. Now ask the child to place the things depending on the sound that the card makes. Now what makes this thing very interesting is that number 1, it's very different. Number 2, it involves things that children normally use in day-to-day life, right? So you'll have child picking up cup, and then you can ask the child, "Can you see anything else on the tray which begins with k?" And then he can pick up a candle. And then, "Is there anything that begins with f?" And then he'll look in the tray and pick up an apple. And then, "Is there anything that begins with f?" And then he'll pick up a fork and put it here. Now the best thing about this activity is that every week you can actually take new things and reinforce the sounds with the child. So day 1, you do this activity like this, with cards here and things kept here in the tray. But guess what? Day 5, you can actually take this activity forward, and no need to take the things out. Just keep these cards here in front of the child and ask them to go run and hunt for the objects beginning with the sound on the card. Believe me, children find it very interesting when I suggest this activity as part of my activity schedule in programs. It's a Now, activity 3 is a very essential pre-writing literacy activity which children just love because of what we use in this activity. And what we use is some dry atta and a plate. Now, what you're supposed to do is put this atta on the plate, spread it like this in front of your child, keep the plate in front of your child, and now begins the fun part and the learning part as well. Now, you stand next to the child, not opposite the child. Stand next to the child and show the child how a letter is supposed to be written. And ask the child to follow same. I am writing letter A. Now the child does same, and they love doing this activity because they're moving their fingers in an atta medium which normally they haven't explored before. So you write B and you get the child to write C, D, whichever shape you want to reinforce in the mind of the child. Their fingers are very soft, so before you hand over any pen, pencil, crayons to them, do give them medium like this, like atta, rice, sand, to move their fingers in and form the letters. Now when they're forming these letters in these medium, what is happening is that the shape of the letter is getting reinforced in the mind of the child, which comes in very handy ultimately when they pick up proper writing. Now to make this interesting, much more fun for the children and a little bit messier for the parents, is the gooey atta. So you add some water and make it slightly more fun for all the mothers and all the parents who have this much of patience and who want to add fun to their child's learning. This gooey atta comes in very handy. And same thing, ask your child to write various letters like this, A, B. Now the older kids can actually write words. Now that comes in very handy at the stage when they're doing sight words. So you can actually get them to write K, A, T, cat. So this is how this particular activity can be used across the age group, right from 1.5, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 4.5. They all love this activity. I hope you love these activities, parents. Do them with your child and I'm sure your children are going to really love them. For more such activities on literacy, numeracy, art, and many more such activities, do subscribe to my channel. Share this with any of the parents and friends that you have, and I'm sure all of you are going to benefit a lot in times ahead. Bye-bye. See you next time.